Tiffany, would you like to answer Ajahn question?
Okay. What's the point of talking about reality? Is to develop a bit more understanding
When?
of Dharma
When?
now.
Now, right?
Yes, yes,
Can it be little by little attending to the reality which now appears? By conditions, see? And what we are talking about are conditions, to conditioned moment of attending to that which appears that is not known as we have learned yet, right?
yes,
Even seeing right now, we learn about it. So there can be a little more letting go of the idea of self or someone. So very, very subtly, each moment is there. Begin to wearing away at moment of understanding the nature of that which is there as no one and no thing, not anything at all, because it's gone instantly. So how can it be anything? So understand the world as it is. No one. Only different dharmas conditioned by different conditions too. That's why we learn to understand each reality one by one more and more. For example, Chitta itself cannot attend to the object, right?
yes, yes,
It experiences only. That's why there are other realities arising together, performing the function of what is there to be experienced, but not as the chief of experiencing. For example, now there is sanya, remembering, right now, unknown. It arises with each moment, but no one knows. Even citta or sanya cetasika or feeling cetasika, vedana cetasika. So we learn little by little to begin to understand what are there in a moment, just in a moment so short and gone, never to arise again. This is the development of understanding little by little to let go ignorance and attachment to what is there from moment to moment in daily life. See, no matter how much we talk about it, when it's not accumulated enough, there's no attention to the characteristic which is now there. For example, the object which is seen is there, right?
yes,
But who understands the nature of that? It cannot be taken for anything at all. It's only that which is seen and gone, never to arise again. That's why when we talk about any conditioned reality, just to understand that it is there, so very short and then gone, by conditions. Is this right understanding of the truth of each moment?
yes,
But how much understanding if we don't talk about it one by one, a little more, not to forget. And when there is understanding about what is there little by little, in a day, is there any moment? Just think about it. Today, about the seeing, about attachment, about the object of seeing, none at all. Because of what? Not enough confidence of the truth. Because hearing, considering is not enough. That's why we come together to talk about it, to understand it a little more. Just one reality at a time, not the whole story of the whole Dhammas, but just one by one. For example, sanya, right understanding. When there's no understanding, can it be right sanya? But it's taken instantly for something by atta sanya. Always remembering that it's something seen, some word heard, and some smell at moment of cooking or eating. All are atta, but each one is anatta. But when there's no understanding of each one, they are together as something, as atta. That's why learn to understand each word of truth. So now, is the atta or anatta?
The truth. The truth is there is that.
Yeah, we can say nothing can be taken for permanent or self or something atta, because in truth each one is anatta, just conditioned to arise and fall away. How can it be someone or something? Learn to understand the moment when it's there. For example, there's no anger, and then anger is there. What about hearing about the reality in life? What is anger? It's a reality, unwholesome. It has its characteristic different from attachment. So it appears. Can it be known without hearing again and again and again? To understand Dhamma, what is there? It's a reality. It's real. No name to mark it of put it in word like anger. But the characteristic of a reality is there. Unpleasant feeling is not anger. Learn to understand the difference between each reality. Unpleasant feeling is not anger. See, who can think about that? No idea at all. They arise together, unpleasant feeling with anger instantly, but learn little by little about feeling, about anger or attachment or sati or saddha in Pali term, in Pali word, to understand the truth without any word. It's there to be known as it is, different ones. So what one is self or me? None at all. It has its characteristic, appearing to be known or not to be known, depending on conditions. Ignorance cannot understand the truth. It is ignorant. So ignorance is there all the time or most of the day. Most in the day. For example, what is there now? See, ignorance or right understanding. Learn, see, learn to understand the truth that in truth there are different realities in different moment. Only at one moment it's there and gone, never to arise again. In samsara, the round of birth and death, on and on and on, nothing can arise again. Once it has arisen, it's gone forever. Not only in this life, but not anymore in the circle of birth and death. It's so very, very impermanent, anicca. See? So each word should be studied and it can understand, even think about it when it's there. At moment of anger, is there any moment of understanding anger? See, so from hearing again and again, what is there in life which hasn't been studied and understood before, is there when there is hearing again and again, even about hardness right now. It's there all day, isn't it? But no thought about it at all. It's taken for something all the time. But in truth, just talk about any moment of truth, learning the truth of the reality right then, in order to understand hardness now.